Hello, I'm Dr. Marie Hartwell-Walker, and this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Dan Tomasulo, and we are the Ask the Therapists on PsychCentral.com. Dan, this is a letter from a young man in the United States who is actually writing about a friend who's 17. What he says about his friend is that anytime there's a loud noise like a backfire or a door slamming, his friend just jumps out of his skin.
Right.
If he knows the sound is coming, then he's fine. But when it surprises him, he gets really unhinged.
Right.
Now, he did provide some history. It seems that his friend has a father who is somebody who yells and screams and is highly critical and shouts a lot. And his friend doesn't think one has to do with the other. I happen to think it does.
Right.
One of the things I talk to my students about is that we all run on a kind of set point of where we get upset or where we get anxious. And if something happens that startles us, then it's sort of like in primitive times, when the saber-toothed tiger jumps out at you, you go, ah, right? Yeah. And then if it jumps out at you again, you go, ah, right? And I think maybe I'm getting carried away. But the point is that with each of those fear responses, the set point gets made higher.
Yes, right.
Okay?
Right.
And so here
habituated, really.
Right.
Yeah,
and so here's a young man whose set point for when he gets upset, anxious, scared, is on, it's much too high.
Right.
It's much too high. So the challenge is how to bring that back down. Now, we're not going to get his dad to shut up.
Right.
Right?
Right.
He's still a teenager. He probably has to live at home. So how do we help him get his set point back to something where he's not so hyper-reactive? And I think this is something you know a great deal about, which is meditation of some sort is probably what's going to be most helpful.
Yeah, I think that's a really, in terms of self-care, that kind of thing. One of the things that jumped out at me about this is that the father's verbal abuse, for lack of a better phrase, probably is unexpected. Like you don't know that it's coming. So there's like that element. How do you prepare for the unexpected? Right?
Yeah.
Well, actually, the idea behind meditation is that you are cultivating a stance about dealing with things that are just sort of coming through your mind, that bubble up, negative feelings, that kind of thing. And in almost whatever kind of meditation you use, if it's mindfulness, if it's chanting, if it's mindfulness-based stress reduction, whatever it's going to be, they all have the goal of helping you cultivate a lack of response, so that you can witness a thought, a feeling, and have a reaction without having the need to react on it. So I do think that any kind of meditation would be really helpful, and the internet is just completely filled with that.
And there are even mindful meditation guided imageries that go on and apps that go on. There are support groups for it, and there are old-fashioned books as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So meditation is available to everyone now. It's not something you need to go to an exotic locale and learn from a guru anymore. It's something that anybody can learn, and it's not hard to learn. So we would certainly support him.
There's a saying in meditation, don't just do something, sit there. And so that somehow I think applies here.
Right.